Today, we bring you the story of a man whose life was as extraordinary as it was tumultuous. Duane Chapman, the legendary bounty hunter, passed away on December 11, 2024, at the age of 71. His journey was one of pain, redemption, and relentless determination, a testament to the human spirit's capacity to rise above adversity. Join us as we delve into the highs and lows of a life that captivated millions around the world. Behind the public persona of Duane "Dog" Chapman, a man celebrated for his bravery and larger-than-life personality, was a deeply complex individual who faced personal demons and challenges that few could imagine. Despite his fame, Duane's life was far from easy. From his tumultuous childhood to the pressures of his career, he carried a heavy burden that often manifested in struggles with alcohol addiction and the lingering pain of his past. Duane had long battled alcoholism, a struggle rooted in the trauma of his early years and the emotional toll of a life lived in the spotlight. While he achieved remarkable success as a bounty hunter and television star, the stresses of his career, combined with the unresolved wounds of his youth, often weighed heavily on him. For Duane, alcohol was both an escape and a chain, a battle he fought quietly while continuing to inspire millions through his public achievements. In December 2023, tragedy struck in a way that would alter the course of his life forever. Duane was involved in a catastrophic car accident, one that left him with a severe stroke. The effects were devastating. His speech became slurred, his mobility was drastically impaired, and the independent, active lifestyle he had always known was suddenly taken from him. For a man who had spent decades chasing fugitives, leading high-energy pursuits, and building a reputation as an unstoppable force, the physical limitations were profoundly challenging. The aftermath of the accident forced Duane to put his illustrious career on hold, leaving fans worldwide heartbroken and uncertain about his future. However, in true Duane Chapman fashion, he refused to let the tragedy define him. With unwavering determination, he embarked on months of intensive rehabilitation, tackling the arduous journey of recovery with the same grit and resilience that had defined his life. Physical therapy sessions became a battleground where Duane fought to regain his strength, mobility, and speech. Though progress was slow and setbacks were frequent, he refused to give up. Videos and photos of Duane working tirelessly in therapy began to circulate, offering a glimpse into his courage and tenacity. His efforts inspired millions, serving as a powerful reminder that, even in the face of life-altering adversity, perseverance could lead to progress. Despite his best efforts, the long-term effects of the accident continued to take their toll. By October 2024, Duane underwent preventive carotid artery surgery, a procedure intended to address complications stemming from his earlier injuries and reduce the risk of further strokes. While the surgery was deemed a success, his overall health continued to decline in the months that followed. On December 6, 2024, Duane was admitted to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles. Surrounded by family and receiving expert medical care, he spent his final days in a peaceful and supportive environment. Tragically, on December 11, 2024, Duane Chapman passed away at the age of 71. His death marked the end of a life defined by resilience, redemption, and an indomitable will to overcome. Duane "Dog" Chapman's life was nothing short of extraordinary, a journey that spanned incredible highs and devastating lows, leaving behind a legacy of strength, perseverance, and hope. From a troubled childhood marked by abuse and rebellion to a life of crime and, finally, international fame as a bounty hunter and television icon, Duane's story is a testament to the power of transformation. Despite the hardships he faced, Duane never allowed his past to dictate his future. He exemplified the idea that no matter how dark or difficult life may seem, it is always possible to forge a brighter path. His willingness to share his struggles openly, from his battles with addiction to the trauma of his early years, inspired countless individuals to confront their own challenges with courage. Duane's resilience in the face of adversity was nothing short of remarkable. Whether pursuing fugitives, rebuilding his life after his car accident, or overcoming personal demons. He faced each challenge head-on, refusing to be defeated. He turned his pain into purpose, using his platform not only to entertain but to empower. His story resonated with people around the world, showing that even in the harshest of circumstances, redemption and transformation are possible. Duane's work as a bounty hunter was unparalleled. He brought fugitives to justice, not just with physical strength and strategy, but with compassion. He often offered second chances and words of wisdom to those he apprehended, demonstrating a deep understanding of the struggles people face and a belief in their ability to change. This unique approach set him apart, making him a symbol of hope for both his fans and the individuals whose lives he touched. As a public figure, Duane connected with millions. Fans admired his grit, honesty, and the unfiltered way he lived his life. They saw not just a larger-than-life bounty hunter, but a man who deeply cared about his family, his work, and his mission to help others. His authenticity and raw humanity made him relatable, even as he achieved extraordinary things. In his final years, Duane's courage in the face of health challenges served as yet another source of inspiration. Even as his body failed him, his spirit remained unbroken. He showed the world that strength isn't just about physical capability, it's about the will to keep fighting, even when the odds are stacked against you. Duane Chapman's legacy is one of hope and perseverance. He will be remembered not only as a fierce bounty hunter, but as a man who embodied the resilience of the human spirit. His life reminds us that even in our darkest moments, we have the power to rise above and redefine our future. As we honor Duane's memory, we also celebrate the lessons he taught us through his life. He showed us the value of redemption, the importance of compassion, and the strength it takes to face life's challenges with courage. While he is no longer with us, his story will continue to inspire generations to come. Duane "Dog" Chapman's life began on February 2, 1953, in Denver, Colorado, but his childhood was far from idyllic. Born into a household where discipline often crossed the line into violence, Duane faced challenges that shaped his resilience and determination from an early age. In his 2007 memoir, You Can Run, But You Can't Hide, Duane shared candid and heart-wrenching accounts of his early years, lifting the curtain on a turbulent upbringing that left deep emotional scars. Duane revealed, "When I was a child, I never realized that other kids didn't get beaten by their fathers. For him, physical punishment wasn't just an occasional reprimand, it was a recurring ordeal. His father, a strict and authoritarian figure, often used a paddle crafted from old flooring to mete out punishment. Duane described how he would be struck repeatedly, leaving him bruised and in pain, both physically and emotionally. He recounted, "My father would hit me on the backs of my legs and my bare buttocks until I was bruised and in so much pain I couldn't take another blow." These memories haunted Duane well into adulthood, often reducing him to tears. He confessed in his memoir that even reflecting on these experiences could bring back the raw pain of his childhood. "Just thinking about the abuse I endured can make me cry," he wrote, exposing the lasting impact of those early years. Despite these traumatic experiences, Duane developed a remarkable sense of resilience. He found ways to cope with his harsh reality, building a toughness that would later define his larger-than-life persona. However, the pain of his past influenced his choices in his early years, often leading him toward dangerous and rebellious paths. Raised in a household where he felt misunderstood and undervalued, Duane sought solace outside his family, connections that would eventually pull him into a world of crime and defiance. As Duane Chapman entered adolescence and young adulthood, the turbulent foundation of his childhood gave way to a life marked by rebellion and lawlessness. Seeking a sense of belonging, Duane gravitated toward biker gangs and criminal groups, immersing himself in a world defined by risk and defiance. By his own admission, he spent the first 23 years of his life on the wrong side of the law, forging an identity that was as dangerous as it was misguided. Duane explained in his memoir, "The only thing I knew about the law was the thousands of ways to break it." For much of his early life, He operated outside the boundaries of society, engaging in activities that brought him face to face with danger. Criminality, from petty theft to more serious offenses, Duane's youth was a whirlwind of reckless decisions and run-ins with the law. Despite his rebellious ways, Duane was acutely aware of the contradictions in his life. He often reflected on the irony of his choices, noting the stark contrast between his eventual career as a bounty hunter and his criminal beginnings. "It's strange," he wrote, "that someone with my history of breaking the law would become so invested in catching those who break it." His life took a dramatic and life-altering turn in the late 1970s when he was convicted in connection to a murder. While Duane did not commit the act himself, his involvement in the events leading up to the crime resulted in a conviction. The sentence, 18 months in prison, became a defining moment in his life, one that forced him to confront the choices that had brought him to that point. Behind bars, Duane had ample time to reflect on the direction his life had taken. The harsh realities of prison life were a wake-up call, offering a sobering perspective on the consequences of his actions. In his memoir, Duane described how the experience humbled him and planted the seeds of transformation. He began to see himself not as a victim of his circumstances, but as someone capable of change. "Prison became a turning point for me," he later recalled. During his incarceration, Duane vowed to turn his life around. He recognized that he had a choice: to continue down a destructive path or to rebuild his life on a foundation of redemption and purpose. For Duane, the decision was clear. He resolved to leave his criminal past behind and find a way to make amends, not just for himself, but for the people he had hurt along the way. When he emerged from prison, Duane was a changed man. Inspired by his own experiences and the desire to help others avoid the mistakes he had made, he sought a new path. That path led him to the world of bounty hunting, a profession that combined his street smarts, tenacity, and unique understanding of the criminal mind. Duane's decision to become a bounty hunter was both ironic and redemptive. For a man who had once been a fugitive, the role of tracking down others who had evaded justice was a chance to bring his life full circle. He quickly found success in his new career, earning a reputation as one of the most effective and fearless bounty hunters in the business. His ability to relate to those he pursued, combined with his unwavering commitment to justice, set him apart from others in his field. As Duane's career took off, he began to transform the pain and mistakes of his past into a source of strength. He often reflected on how his early life experiences gave him a unique perspective, enabling him to empathize with the people he apprehended while holding them accountable. "I know what it's like to be on the run," he once said. "I've been there, and I felt the fear and desperation. That's why I always try to offer hope and a way forward." The journey from outlaw to law enforcer wasn't easy, but it defined the man Duane Chapman would become. His story is a powerful reminder that even the darkest chapters of our lives can be rewritten with determination, accountability, and the will to change. Duane Chapman's decision to become a bounty hunter was a pivotal moment in his life, a choice that was both ironic and profoundly redemptive. A man who once lived on the wrong side of the law was now dedicating his life to enforcing it, using his past experiences to track down fugitives who had evaded justice. It was a transformation that not only defined his career, but also became a symbol of his ability to rise above his troubled past. Duane's street smarts and first-hand knowledge of the criminal world gave him a unique edge. He understood how fugitives thought and operated, allowing him to anticipate their moves and outsmart them. His ability to empathize with those he pursued set him apart from others in his field. He wasn't just capturing bail jumpers. He was connecting with them on a human level, often offering advice, encouragement, and a chance at redemption. For Duane, bounty hunting wasn't just a job, it was a mission to bring accountability, justice, and hope to those who had lost their way. It didn't take long for Duane's reputation as a fearless and effective bounty hunter to grow. His colorful personality, combined with his undeniable expertise, caught the attention of television producers who saw potential in his story. In 2004, Dog the Bounty Hunter premiered on the A&E network, introducing Duane. his family, and their high-stakes adventures to audiences around the world. The show chronicled their pursuit of fugitives, blending intense action with heartfelt moments that showcased Duane's compassion and humanity.